All right, guys, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, all depending on when and where you're logging in from. And welcome to this quick TRONCHAIN Zoom or webinar. Now, we are going to talk about yesterday's implementation of the withdrawal limits, what kind of response we've had, and what we are now choosing to do going forward. First and foremost, let me just say, right as of now, there are no longer any limitations for anyone to make their withdrawals. Now, the thing is, we had multiple groups, dozens of groups and other people trying to steal this community, steal you as a community by showing you how you could withdraw from TRONCHAIN through the smart contract itself. Like, we haven't already done that. We've already shown and given a way for everyone to do that because it's been asked for. No one knows that we can change the contract. We made a limitation on the interface because we wanted to help the community and show the community the way of how to sustain the balance in a proper way. This was not well received. We had now multiple groups attacking our community, trying to steal that. So, we don't need this. Most of this community was withdrawing through the smart contract anyway, and not really bothering about what we were trying to achieve. So we decided that we're not going to take that responsibility. We're going to drop that off to the community, and you guys will be the ones that actually decide exactly what is going to go forward. The contract code remains immutable. It hasn't been changed. It still does exactly what it will do, and it will continue to do so until the end, until there's no more Tron there. What is sustaining this contract is the community itself, nothing else. That has been very clear from each and every presentation. There is no additional profits generated in the system, and there are no additional income being generated by TRONCHAIN. This is a peer-to-peer support model. This entire community has been built upon the model where everyone supports everyone. And now when we try to guide the community, when I try to show the way of how to make this balance survive, how to make this balance continue to increase instead of decrease, which will create a panic towards the community, it's not being listened to. Nobody really does care, and everybody's making videos and YouTubes and drawing their attention towards their own projects, trying to say that, TRONCHAIN is failing or TRONCHAIN is going down. They're limiting you for withdrawing. No, that was not the point. That was not the idea, and that is not the intention of what we're doing. The intention we had was to show the community how this balance can keep increasing until the Eclipse City ecosystem is completed and can generate revenue that will be added to the community fund. It's about increasing the longevity of the project. Now, that was not well received by a lot of the community, and a lot of leaders were already making videos showing their community how to withdraw through the smart contract. And, we cannot stop that, and there is no reason for us to stop that. That is not our intention. Our intention is to show the community how to maintain and sustain the balance. If that is not well received or well done or appreciated by the community, there's not much more I can do. I can now just release the withdrawals, let everybody do as they wish, and let it continue as it did. Guys, there is nothing that has happened to TRONCHAIN. So let us go back to where it was, what was normal. Do not bother about anybody that's trying to bring you into a secondary group, especially that Win888 and everybody else who's now claiming to be helping with their copycat of TRONCHAIN, which is a poor one as well. Now, I just wanted to go on record and actually say this because we've been facing so much, and so many has been contacting me in private, been writing in the groups. And you know what? We'll leave it to everyone. We do not want to put any limits on anyone. Everything runs as normal. If we as a community will be implementing new things, it will be through the community as a sharing and as a culture and as an attitude towards the project. That will be the only way to actually implement something new. That is for the community itself to listen to what is being said, understand what is needed, and do it as well. Not just sit back, relax, and say that, oh, it will be good, or look at that, it's happening now. We need to pull together as a community. So we are going to move forward. It was just a short and quick, sweet introduction or a walkthrough of that. The limitations, again, my friends, has been removed. There is no one that is limited to make any withdrawals, so there's no need for you to go through the smart contract or whatever you were trying to do earlier. You can just do your withdrawal through the website. You do not need to be drawn over to a different community like Win888 or anything else. You can still do your withdrawal through your TRONCHAIN account or directly through the balance or the smart contract, if that makes you feel even better. So that was kind of what I wanted to jump on and say. With that, we are going to finish off 2021 massively, my friends. No doubt about it. 2020 is finishing off 2020 massively. No doubt about it. And we're going to start 2021 even further. So keep in mind, guys, that everyone that has a concern about the balance decreasing, remember, it's been Christmas, it's holidays, it's all of this. And now everyone will start growing back up. So we will continue as we've always done. That is push forward with TRONCHAIN, build this community, and continue to be building the world's first decentralized community fund. With that, guys, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to say thank you for that. We're going to go back into the groups. No Q&A on this, or we will have a quick walkthrough of the Q&A, guys. Let us do that as well. Let's have a quick question. Now, first one, with the limitation on accounts is no longer allowed to use our profits to renew or create will sustain. Okay, so regarding it, we don't need to reply questions regarding the limitations any further because the limitation is now removed. Greetings and blessings to human will be free and damage blessings to human being and his free will damage things. My specific question is, if TRONCHAIN reaches zero due to the decision of all its partners, will it not limit the capacity of Eclipse City and the mining system? No. What's important to know is that the farming from Eclipse City, the DeFi services and TRONCHAIN are two very separate things. TRONCHAIN is a smart contract affiliate program for itself. Uswap and UME and EFT are DeFi protocols, which is by themselves. They are not related. They are created within the same ecosystem, and it is now meant that when it generates profit, part of that will be helping to fuel the TRONCHAIN. But the one has nothing to do with the other, except that they are a part of the same ecosystem. All right, so there, sir, I think we should get 1% of the contract instead of getting 1% of the initial deposit. Now, it is not possible to make any changes in the TRONCHAIN smart contract. This is fully decentralized. There is no way for me, for the devs, for anyone to interact in any way and make any changes in the way the contract is. That is the reason why we made a limitation through the website. That is the only way that we could limit it. And that is why these other people and groups and whatever they were trying to do were now pushing people and showing that they were showing them, we also showed them, but they were pushing them and forcing them. Or they say, we heard TRONCHAIN stop withdrawals. You can still, we will help you to withdraw through the contract. Come to us. Well, what's that? In the official TRONCHAIN group, there's a post showing you exactly how to withdraw through the contract that we already provided. So, but anyway, we cannot change the contract. So we cannot change 1% of the initial deposit to 1% of the contract itself. Let's see, what else do we have? Is there a way we can report those scammers to Tron Company? The only way, you can report the group to Telegram and such things, but other than that, we can't really report them or have them shut down or anything. Let me see. Please don't remove the limit. I'm sure the balance will be increased after the 1st of January 21st. Absolutely. But we are removing the limit because we don't want to see that this community dissolves and splitters around because of other groups trying to play a role on that. As I said, they're going out to people saying, oh, we heard that TRONCHAIN stopped withdrawals. We haven't stopped anything. We limit people through the site. You could withdraw through the Tron contract at any time. It's not about limiting people. It's about giving the balance, giving the community an opportunity to sustain what is, to grow the balance back up, to reduce the concerns from new members to seeing the balance drop. That was what it was all about, to help the longevity of TRONCHAIN. But certain people didn't see that or didn't understand that. So we will be needing to go back to where the original one, where there's no limits, because those limits were causing more harm than good. It was splitting the community with more harm than good. Whatever strategies that you take to help and protect TRONCHAIN, we will be with you. Thank you so much, guys. This community is tremendous. I need to say thank you to each and every one of you for supporting this community, this project, as much as you have been doing and will be doing going forward. Guys, we are scratching the surface of something massively that can change the world. A fully decentralized community support fund that works for all, that will definitely change the world. And together we can achieve this, but only if we work as one, only if we are correlated as a community, because there's nothing more powerful than this. So we will be doing so, my friends. We will be doing everything we can in order to protect the community of TRONCHAIN and the project itself and have it moving forward. All right, let me see here. Was this? Is this the right place to ask question? I only see my question. Yes, it is. It is the Q&A box. I'm getting all the questions reading so I can read through them. Fantastic news, Andreas. Let's move forward. Thank you so much for this amazing project. And there's even more amazing to 2021. Absolutely, Carl. We are, what we have done already in 2020 with this massive global pandemic and everything that is happening is nothing but extraordinary. But again, it's nothing compared to what we can do and what we will be doing in 2021. It will be a massive year for all of us. But we voted for the limitation. I don't think it's a good decision to remove the limitation. The limitation was important for the sustainability. So the thing is that the limitation didn't do anything, because what it did is that it created. We just had 4 or 5 or 6 other companies that is a copycat of TRONCHAIN starting to promote their BS to our community, showing them that TRONCHAIN stopped their withdrawals. Come to us, we'll show you how to withdraw. They even added a TRONCHAIN withdrawal button on their freaking interface. I'm sorry, guys, they did. In their own, that I think was Tron Vin. You could connect with your wallet and you can have you had a withdraw TRONCHAIN button, and that would connect to our contract and execute that withdrawal. And anyone can do that. But the limitations didn't do anything but create harm, and it created enemies that could now that now found a way to try to dig into our community. And that is something that we need to limit, that I can tell you. Now, the contract itself, if the community builds it, it is built for sustainability. There's only a maximum amount of Tron that will go out of the contract on a daily basis. What we need to do is sustain that. If we would like to get paid, or if we would like to continue to receive from TRONCHAIN for years and years to come, what we need to do is sustain the amount that goes out. That is the key. All right, so let me see. Dear brother, TRONCHAIN contract balance are reduced because of our TRX family members went to UME and EFT mining. No, I do not want to hear that or see anybody state that, because we have 700,000 members in TRONCHAIN. Well, there's approximately 3,000 to 4,000 members using UME and USwap. So do not tell me that USwap and our DeFi services is the cause of the reduce in TRONCHAIN. It is definitely not. Now, let me see what else we have. Absolutely good with sharing ID. We already involved UME to the entire TRONCHAIN community. Everyone in the TRONCHAIN community can accumulate accumulate UME by simply not withdrawing until they receive 10,000 TRX in direct referral income. Then they can click that start farming and they will receive free UME. We will not be giving any further rewards coming UME or EFT into the TRONCHAIN community, because you're already being able to tap into that simply by building TRONCHAIN. Can the insurance contract give people back their initial in their initial deposit or part of it if it's to go very wrong. So the insurance contract is put in place for that specific reason, yes. But out of this point, it will not cover everyone in this community that has not received 100%. So the idea, of course, is and has been from the beginning that everyone is helping out to support this insurance fund, to make the new members in the new community feeling safe and secure coming in to TRONCHAIN. But as of right now, if it is to go very wrong and the balance goes to zero, the contract will be activated. It will not be able to sustain the entire community that is not or has not received 100%. How can we avoid FUD in the community? Also, what's your plan to keep TRONCHAIN's sustainability in 2021? Have you looked into generating income such as internet advertising via smart contract? Great question there, Mike. Now, regarding avoiding FUD in the community, that is just for us all to be there and, shut them down immediately. If somebody's trying to generate FUD, say, what are you talking about? This is not happening. Get away, move. But also, what is your plan to keep TRONCHAIN sustainability in 2021? That is a great question. As we know, we are developing a complete ecosystem now. Now, we already have DeFi services up and running. As they get more traction and more demand, they will be starting to generate revenue towards the Eclipse City ecosystem. The Eclipse City debit card will be available in January and will be shipping out to everyone that has been ordering it. Now, that will go active, and this will also start generating revenue to Eclipse City. We will be launching 2 more mobile games in January, which will be generating revenue to Eclipse City. We will be launching a lending platform as DeFi service, which will also be generating revenue. We will be launching the Eclipse City Academy, the Eclipse City Services, the Eclipse City Technology, multiple platforms where people can actually order, purchase, and get software and blockchain solutions from the Eclipse City dev team. This is generating revenue for multiple projects in the DeFi, in the affiliate, in any space, because blockchain as a software solution is what the next evolution is. And we as Eclipse City will be offering this to businesses and entrepreneurs worldwide, generating revenue beyond anything that anyone can imagine. This revenue, not all of it, but part of it, is there to fuel the TRONCHAIN contract. So the entire idea from the very beginning has been to create a decentralized financial ecosystem that will fuel and support the decentralized financial support smart contract of TRONCHAIN. We have not deviated from that. It is just that it's not happening overnight. We have been working on this ecosystem for 5 months, and we already have DeFi services running. 1 game, the debit card is up, and we are deploying, or we are able to order that already. It will go out next or in January month. So it's unfolding as we see. I wish it took 1 month to do this, but it hasn't. It's taken 5 to 6 months. Now we are seeing everything come to life, and as that's happening, we will see fuel being added to the TRONCHAIN Community Fund. But we cannot be adding something that we don't have yet. So as go 2021, in the first quarter, we will be launching multiple platforms, and in the second quarter, we will launch additional platform, and all of them will start to generate a revenue. The important here from the community of TRONCHAIN, if you want this to be sustained and maintained, it needs to be sustained until we have the ecosystem up and running, until we have the ecosystem generating the amount of revenue that is needed in order to fuel the TRONCHAIN Community Fund. We could have started fueling it with $1 million a week or a few millions a week months ago. But what would that do when 100 million goes out daily? What will 5 million TRX do a week when 100 million goes out in 24 hours? We'll then be smart enough. It would be smarter for us to use that to generate additional projects that can generate more revenue. Instead of taking 100% of one project, why not take 1% of 100? That is where you generate revenue beyond imagination. And that is what we are working towards. And that is where we are close to finishing in goal as well. So that is the plans to create and add sustainability for TRONCHAIN. What we need is for TRONCHAIN balance and the TRONCHAIN community to be here the time that this ecosystem unfolds and unwraps and starts paying off to everyone. And we will, of course, as you said, internet advertising, there will be ad revenue and a lot more as well going with everything that will be launched, because we are building a platform, a BaaS, blockchain as a software platform with Eclipse City and an entire ecosystem that generates revenue to everyone. And it will fuel and support the TRONCHAIN Community Fund. So that is the future plans, my friends. Let me see here. Would it be possible to create a separate feeder program or token to help feed the TRONCHAIN contract? Everything is possible. It's possible for us to create a contract, just create a token and feed that token to TRONCHAIN users, or to a TRONCHAIN fund or something like that. But what good would it do? Because that token doesn't have any sort of value. It doesn't have anything, significant that makes people want to have it. It doesn't really do anything. It just gives people a blank paper. Please limit the withdrawal after 210%. There are not going to be any limits on the withdrawals. The site will be fully open and functional as it has been always for the past 6 months, and will continue to go on that way. This will pass. It is dropped due to season. Happy holidays, everyone. More power, Andreas. We support you. Absolutely, Ken. That is my estimation as well. This is just actually a temporary job, because we're into one of the most busiest holidays of giving in the entire year. What is Christmas all about? Is, of course, celebrating with family and friends, but it's about giving as well. All that Christmas presents and all this, the proper everything of that. People need, a lot of people are using TRONCHAIN as their #1 source of income. So of course they need to withdraw as well. And that is also why we don't want to limit people. We want everybody who is here working for this community will be able to withdraw when they have to withdraw. All right, let me see what else do we have. We are with you, sir. Thank you so much. I thought smart contract is a system that cannot be changed or altered. How do you affect the limit in withdrawing? You're absolutely right, Emma. We cannot limit anything. We cannot change the contract, and we have not changed the contract. We made the limitation on the site interface. That means the website, and that is not tied to the contract. That is also why everyone, or not everyone, I can't say that, but that is why many were continuing to withdraw through the smart contract on the TronScan directly. And that is why there's no use for us to keeping that limit and just continuing to have other communities trying to split us apart by claiming things that is not true. Andrea, sir, is there still hope that we will bounce back? And then of course there's hope that we will bounce back. The only thing we need to do is continue what we've done. That is to build this community. A drop in a balance, as we explained 2 weeks ago and 2 months ago and 3 months ago, is normal. It happens all the time because people withdraw more than they put in. But we are being able to sustain it because of the growth of this community. I mean, 700,000 members in less than 6 months. That is amazing. So absolutely, we have any possibility and potential way to bounce back. We will be with you, Andreas. Trust you since day one. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Mr. Wang. This community continues to surprise me, every single day. And you know why? It is because we're all sharing the same vision. We're correlated. We're embracing the vision of where everyone supports everyone, because that is the kind of world we would like to live in. That is the kind of community that we would like to be a part of. A community where everyone supports everyone no matter what. That is what we're about. That is Eclipse City. So thank you so much. And of course, thank you to the entire community of India and every other country out there that is texting and saying such things. I appreciate it so much. We are making history and greatness together. Let me see here. What happens now if the balance plummets with people withdrawing? So there is a thing, there is a maximum amount that can be, let's say that if the entire community withdraws everything that they have right now, there will still be balance left. There will still be a balance left in the TRONCHAIN contract, because maximum amount is 2.35% that goes out daily. So there is a maximum amount that goes out. So there's a maximum amount that can be withdrawn. And this is being sustained by new deposits from old members, from new members. And with 2021 coming in, the Eclipsity ecosystem unfolding and starting to generate revenue, we will be able to add fuel from multiple projects as well. And that is the entire idea. Generating an ecosystem and a support system which is fueled by a financial ecosystem. How long is the withdrawal? So again, there are no longer any withdrawals that are limited or blocked or anything like that. Anyone can do their withdrawals at any time. It continues to run as it always has been. There has been no changes in the contract. There could not be no changes in the contract because it is decentralized. It is deployed. There is no owner. There is no company. There's nobody who can control it. What we did a limit on the interface, trying to guide the community in the way that it should be doing. But as we now go forward, that is removed due to the response that was given. All right, let me see here. "100% we support your decision, the Bangladesh team." Thank you so much, my friend. Do you have any plans 2021, especially for TRONCHAIN project? Yes, so I do believe that we actually just went through that. I do believe I've been replying to some duplicate questions. You know, we have massive plans coming 2021 to increase and ever expand the ecosystem we have with the banking and the crypto debit card, with multiple mobile games and online games, with more DeFi services, with services that we can offer to entrepreneurs and businesses all over the world, blockchain technology, where we tap into multiple projects generating revenue. My friends, 2021 will be huge, and we will all be sharing this journey together. Hi, well, okay, let's be true. A lot of people have a lot of multiple accounts that drain the contract from matching bonus. This TRONCHAIN was a practice to find what works. Next TRONCHAIN will last longer if the contract mistakes are fixed. You know, that is true. A lot of people, due to the setup, a lot of people, so the thing is, we cannot force people. We can only show people and tell people how to do. We can try to build a culture within this community, and we have done tremendously to do so. But there are unfortunately people in communities and teams out there that are joining this project only seeing it as the best way and the fastest way to generate income. They're stacking accounts, they're opening up, dummy accounts to max out and have several accounts where they're just draining the fund. That is why the balance, that is why the community is not able to maybe sustain, and we see higher drops than we should. If, as we've said, there is an insurance contract, if ever the balance goes to zero with TRONCHAIN, if the community is not able to maintain and sustain what we already have, the insurance contract is there to back up at least a few. How many that will be is we cannot say, but we can assure you that if it happens, there is a modified version, because we have been working, as everyone knows, on a modified version of the Ether chain that will be deployed to Ethereum network once that's done. And that will, of course, come to the Tron network as well, if ever this TRONCHAIN goes to zero. We are, of course, doing everything we can for that not to happen. And this entire community is working together for that not to happen. And as right now, we cannot see that it will happen either, as long as we continue to do as we have. So, but absolutely. There will be, the EtherChain 2.0 has a possibility, of course, to be the TRONCHAIN 2.0 as well. Let me see. When can we, okay, so this is not about the crypto or not about Eclipsity. It is about the debit card, the Eclipsity debit card. When can we expect other countries to be added to be added to the debit card shipping, please. So the debit card shipping, there's a lot of questions, a lot of countries being added there. So if the thing is, not all countries can download the app yet. If you cannot download the app, you can register through the desktop version and you can create your account there. And that is the only thing you need to do, and your credit card will be able to be activated and used. You don't need the app in order to use the debit card. You only need an account, which you can create through the desktop portal as well. So have a look. We have been adding tons and tons of countries. So have a look on the desktop version and set up your account there. Please share this recording. Absolutely, we will be sharing the recording as soon as possible, just uploading on YouTube right after. What happens if the fund continues to drop? If the fund continues to drop, it continues to drop. If it goes back up, it goes back up. There's not much I can say there. It will go back up if we all continue to share and work as we've always done. It will drop if everyone stops to share, stops to build. So it is very simple. What do we want to do? We want to continue to build. Sir, can we do something as a compulsory donation to the insurance at the time of joining to fortify insurance and as to deposit of the upper level? We wanted to do that, but we couldn't. We can't, because it's not in the contract code of TRONCHAIN. So we cannot make it mandatory, obligatory, or anything like that. It needs to be voluntarily by the community. In the 2.0 version, there would be a mandatory option, that would be for sure. But there's nothing that we can do right now to implement new things or new rules into the contract. The contract of TRONCHAIN runs exactly as it is, and that is the way we need to sustain it. Tomorrow, the next day, I'm going to arrange a meeting with my members to strong TRONCHAIN fund. I totally believe in this project. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone everything that you're doing. The commitment and the level of efforts here is beyond anything that we could imagine. So we do heavily appreciate that. Thank you so to all. Let me see. Let me just reading through here, guys. Why don't you create a marketplace where people can sell or buy stuff with TRX? I don't know if you've seen the debitcard.eclipsecity.io, the marketplace where you can purchase your Eclipse City debit card right now. It's no other items or no such things other than the debit card right now, but that will give you a short taste of the marketplace that is to come from the Eclipse City. Thank you so much, Andreas. As you said, my #1 source of income. That's it. You know, so many people around this world, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of people are building this community on a daily basis as a full-time work job. We have such a dedicated community. So there's no reason at all that we should not succeed. We just lock arms, united, we stand strong. All right, let's see what else. Well done, Andreas. Agree with your idea of controlling the smart contract balance. I assume this be a permanent thing for the futures. If so, then it would be great to have it written on the TRONCHAIN site explanation so that new people do not get surprised by it later. Phil, right now we have actually removed the limits anyway, because everyone was withdrawing directly through the contract. You know, they're saying that they support it, but then they go behind and then they still withdraw. We could see that in terms of how many that were withdrawing from the contract itself. So there is no limits. We will, of course, be guiding and be helping the community to be shown the way of how to maintain and sustain the balance as much as possible in the best way possible. Because what is important, of course, the overall image for new members that are coming in. If they see the balance increase, they come in with massive confidence. If they come in and see the balance decrease, of course, they come in with a little less confidence. But we've been here many times before, seen it go up and down, and I have no doubts that we will see it go back up again. One benefit of this pause is to purge the community of the non-contributors and the serial marketers. Absolutely. Sir Andreas, we trust you. We're with you. Happy New Year 2021. It will be back to normal and more people will be joining in TRONCHAIN. Absolutely, Alan. Thank you so much. And thank you for everything that you've been doing. You have been a massive, massive force towards the TRONCHAIN community and everything that is happening in Eclipse City. So thank you. And thank you to your team as well. Let us continue to crush all records. Let me see. And yes, I do know that we have been able to, in Telegram the last few days, we've seen a lot of strange rumors, questions, fearing peoples. You know, we do believe that these communities like Win888 and other communities have actually been, you know, bringing these fudders and rumors and anything into our groups because it's just so obvious that they haven't been here before and they're suddenly just strategically fudding into the group. So yes, you know, just be careful for that. We always want to protect the house and protect the community. So be aware of scammers and frauders that are just trying to draw you to another community where you will simply lose your money. Happy to hear you. Your enthusiasm makes us continue with TRONCHAIN. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. You know, my enthusiasm is for the people. My enthusiasm is for us to be able to generate and create something of our own, something that is unattached from any government or any political or any country-based whatsoever, something that belongs to us. That is why TRONCHAIN and the Eclipse City ecosystem is being created. That is why I'm working day and night, 20 hours a day to develop this, together with my developers. And that is why the leadership and the core leaders of the TRONCHAIN and the Eclipse City community is also working 24/7, fully dedicated to this community. Because we all share that same vision. We all have that enthusiasm and we all want to help people around the world. And that is exactly what we're doing and what we are able to do with this project. So thank you everyone for everything you've been doing. All right, guys, I do believe we are closing in on the final questions. There is a lot of duplicate. When is the launch of the mobile game? The games will be launching the second week or the first month of 2021. So in January 2021, we will be seeing 2 mobile games coming out from the Eclipse City team, generating revenue to Eclipse City and all gamers and players as well. I already bought the credit card and I registered on Oohlala, but I'm not able to log in there anymore. Nicholas, that will be taken care of very soon. I've been speaking to Oohlala today about this. We will get back into the debit card group and I will reply those questions there a little bit later today. And scrolling down to the bottom, there was a lot. I have about 240 questions in here. Respect, Andreas. I will fight these fudders every day. TRONCHAIN for the win. Thank you so much, Bara. Let us call it a day right there. I do believe that we have been mentioning or talking about what I wanted to, and that is, and I do believe we talked about what everyone here wanted to as well. If there were any questions that we did not reply to, guys, let's get back into the Telegram chat group. Take them on there. As we now know, there will be no more limits. The limits on the website is down. There's no changes in the contract. TRONCHAIN is running exactly as it has always done, and we will continue to push this through. All right, my friends, with that, let's go back to the groups. Let's have fun. Let's continue to share this. And remember, guys, let's finish strong. The way you finish is the way you start. Remember that. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I'll see you later.